Hey, we live. Hey, welcome in to. And you know what? I sit here and I think about how to open this show sometimes, and I'm like, this will be funny. And then when it's time to do it, I forget what the hell I was going to do.
Write it down first.
But anyway, yeah.
I know.
Welcome to the company. Today is August 12th, 10:08. We're a little late, but it is what it is. You're still here. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Of course, tonight we got B. Lenny here. I'm B. Lenny. We got Izzo, Rich, and that damn Sosa. All here to talk about everything that's been going on. Luckily, we haven't had a lot of really, really traumatic things. We are going to talk about the vice presidential candidate. Hold on. I'm trying to turn this down real quick. Don't listen to that.
Fucking amateur.
But we have to touch on the most important thing that happened this week.
You're an idiot. I just wanted Brian to get confused.
I tried.
You said touch on.
Oh man,
WAP was released this week, and if anybody doesn't know, that is a song by what's the lady's name?
Oh my God, you that old?
Come on.
Megan Thee Stallion. Excuse me, Megan Thee Stallion.
This is August Alsina.
I was thinking Salmon just now.
August
Megan Thee
Altoona.
Stallion and
Brian's favorite rapper, Cardi B.
no, she's not Cardi B. So Megan and Cardi released WAP this week, and it totally destroyed Facebook.
Fabric of America.
It did. I don't think people really know how to take what happened to their ears and their eyes when this video was released. I watched it. I listened to it. I'll give my opinion in a second, but I'm gonna let the guys go ahead and say what they want to say about this video, this song. What do you think?
Why we got to go first?
Well, I'm. That's how you do. You lob it to everybody else and catch it.
Oh man!
Say we Ja Morant out here. So
talk to me about the song.
Man, I don't see what the problem is. In all honesty, it's one of those things. It's a weird spot, right? Like,
let's state what the problem is for people. Because
all right, so the problem is, of course, how vulgar it is and all that stuff, and it's kind of like, okay, fine, whatever. Given the context of some of the things that we've seen, leading up to 2020, pretty much, I don't think that it's like anything that's off base, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, it wasn't released on broadcast, right? So you had to actually go find it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
see it. Okay, so that's one, right? I mean, I'm not really a fan of the music anyway, so like for me to talk about it as a piece of art, I'm like, whatever, and art's subjective. There are people who really think it's great, fine for them, cool. But I mean, the big thing about it is why people are upset, and it's because they feel that it's vulgar, but it's like everybody's all on this freedom and First Amendment rights thing, and it's like they're expressing it. It's just not the way that you want it, so you got to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Shut the fuck up.
I mean that too.
Yeah. Izzo, what you think? What's going on tonight? I'll be all right.
For one, I just saw the video literally in our pre-show, but I did listen to the song late last week. No, came out late last week. I watched the video. I listened to the song, I think Monday, and I'm like, the beat hit hard. Okay. The words ain't for me,
right?
Because I'm a dude, so that doesn't really go for me. But I thought the same thing. I'm like, why can't women say this stuff? Like, I thought back to high school when I remember Cash Money came out, and Juvenile wasn't as like bad as some stuff, but like Lil Wayne and like Big Timers would just say the most crazy shit about women. I'm going, how do women listen to this? Like, they just talking degrading about you. But then it's like, the music slap, motherfuckers don't care. And I think a woman should be able to talk about their body, because we know dudes have made many songs about phallic symbols or just saying dick, talking about their body parts. So,
well, not only I just want to jump in here real quick, because once you mentioned Cash Money about the vulgarity of how they've talked about women, there's two words that pretty much can sum up like the level of how this response is. and that's tip drill. Because man, like there is nothing that I think will ever top the credit card swipe.
Yeah, that was a different level.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things you stumbled upon because it wasn't on the radio.
Right.
You only had to be up at 3 a.m. either just chilling in your dorm room for us who were in college at the time, or coming home from the club, which was us in college at the time. Catch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I don't think he could get like I don't know how he got away with it in, like how he still has a career. But he would have immediately been canceled if he had done that today. Immediately. He would have been canceled. The cameraman who filmed it would have been canceled. The label who released it would have been canceled. And the channel who showed it would have been canceled. We would have had BET. They'd have canceled it. So that's probably one of the most epic moments in video history, but it won't get that props because of what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
My thing is, if I saw certain black women say it was dope, shit, I'm on. Because it's like I respect a lot, like most of the ones I follow, of course. But I'm like, they think it's cool for me. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
The song ain't for me. So I need to shut the fuck up if I had a terrible opinion about it. That was my view. That's all I got.
So you had something to say?
I just if they're criticizing the vulgarity of it, they're fucking stupid. Because I mean, Rich said tip drill, but I remember, was it the Yin Yang Twins that said like that hardcore from the window to my balls to?
Well, I do have something else when Sosa's done, but don't slow down, Sosa.
And that's what, early 2000s.
Right.
Yeah, that was about 02.
Okay, well, and I said it in pregame. I grew up with damn old school first 2 albums, 2 Live Crew. Like the shit they were saying, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's, I mean, anybody that said it's vulgar, you just shut the fuck up. We you know, we can appreciate you found Jesus or whatever the fuck you found. But shut the fuck up. This isn't about you.
And he says it with a straight face.
No, it's the wherever the fuck you found that got me.
Because it's just dumb. Like,
I got that.
Everybody, I mean, come on, man. I mean, we've been through hip hop. Hip hop birthday was what? 3 days ago? It's 47 years now.
Yeah.
Can you imagine all the shit that have been talked about women? From the jump,
thank you.
Right,
so, and even Foxy Brown and Lil Kim.
We can blame Roxanne Shante for that. She started that. But go ahead.
Shit,
well, Funky 4+1 had a chick, right?
Yeah, Funky 4+1 had a chick.
Mm-hmm.
Roxanne didn't say no dirty shit though.
Roxanne Shante
did.
Only good for steady fucking.
The real wait, say that again.
Who sang the song Roxanne Shante is on?
Said that about her.
I thought it was a whole female song.
No.
Oh.
We getting
Roxanne Shante only good for steady fucking?
Yeah.
No, that's The Bridge Is Over. And Shante was 15 when he said that shit.
You said she was 15.
She was 14, 15 years old when he said that shit to her.
Jesus.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about that. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So it's I mean, I'm not saying it's okay to talk that shit about women. I'm not, because you know there's so much fucked up shit that's been said. But if women want to empower themselves, and if this is an empowering tool, great. I don't fucking care. But don't come at me talking about it's vulgar. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Right.
So
well, go ahead. So Izzo, say what you were going to say, and I want to get my opinion on the video.
When Rich brought up tip drill, I thought about college, and then I thought about being in the party for the first time freshman year. And it probably is either B Lord or Frosty was DJing at the Russell House, and the Akinelli song "Put It in Your Mouth" came
put it in your
on.
mouth.
Right.
Every fucking girl knew the verse when the chick came on. I was like, I am taken aback. I didn't expect that.
Well,
I was in 8th grade when that song came out, and we used to kill that song, but the girls really weren't listening to it. I guess they were not in the open, they were, but
right. Not in the open, they weren't.
Oh my God. Every chick knew every word. So that's why I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm cool. I didn't know.
I love it.
I thought I wouldn't play this around a woman, but shit, I'm wrong.
Right.
So that's all. So that was another point where I kind of learned, like, don't even think like things aren't for them or they won't view things certain ways. So it is what it is.
Yeah. My thing with the song, just like y'all said, if you want to talk about whatever you want to talk about in your songs, I don't give a fuck. I mean, freedom of speech. Then somehow it's empowering women and making them, feel better about themselves, and I'm good with that as well. And the way they used to depict how your body is supposed to look compared to now is so much different, so I do believe that it empowers more people. My problem is it's the same 18 songs that came out before it.
Oh, I mean,
it's the same song. I want to hear something different. I mean, like I said, I don't care if you want to rap about that, do it, whatever, but it's the same songs. And it's just like the dudes is still singing about the same shit. Now it's pills. It was other shit back in the day when we were younger. It was marijuana for a while, which was safe. But then it got into like coke and all this other stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I got baking soda. Hell,
Dirty Sprite too. Dirty Sprite 2 by Future. You know what that's about.
Yeah, but at least even with that, if it's a male MC, and if there are a lot more female MCs that aren't rapping about this stuff, I don't know about them. I don't do a lot of digging in hip hop anymore. But at least with the male hip hop, when it's on the radio, it moves. It changes. With the female MCs, it seems like whatever makes it mainstream is the same songs.
You're saying they have to over sexualize themselves to be popular, is what you're saying?
Exactly. And I don't. You put for people who really love hip hop, that's not necessary.
No,
right.
And I'm glad you said that because I think Bahamadia just had either her birthday or her debut anniversary. She wasn't all sexual. She was fucking dope.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So, and I mean, me and Izzo know about Funky 4+1. She was sexy on the mic, but she didn't talk that sex shit. So it's like, why you have to push the sexuality? If you want to do it, great, but that's not their lane.
Yeah, and I hope. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry. A lot of women, that's not their lane. That's just
correct.
Right.
And anybody listening, just because I know y'all and how y'all view this, just so nobody get the wrong idea. Not that we don't want it, that y'all don't want them to view their sexuality. It's just like,
right.
Don't want that to be totality of them to where such and such can rap. Somebody can rap. But the thing is, it's like, once you venture into the pop culture, guess what they're going to think? Oh, all they do is talk about sex, and I'm cool with it. So when they actually put out something serious, they be like, that ain't what we wanted.
Right.
They won't take it seriously no more. That does suck. And it happens to a lot of people.
And it sucks that you have to be pigeonholed.
So, correct.
And that's to your point, Sosa. That's like, we're going to start viewing female artists as like a monolith because that is what's become popular. And that's what people unfortunately are exposed to. And then they're going to see like, well, if this is what sells, this is kind of the track that everyone has to keep going on. And we're definitely not saying that that's the only way. But, of course, we have examples like our friend Ben Shapiro, who obviously completely doesn't get it, right? Doesn't get how alliteration and metaphors work inside of a song, right?
Yeah.
To be able to say like, to not be able to distinguish the context behind when she's talking about a bucket and a mop, like that's not an issue biologically in that frame. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, that just fits the narrative for that side of.
That's correct.
They are very literal when it comes to other cultures.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So they don't have to dig deep because they could just take that surface part and make the entire thing seem stupid.
But this is what it's. Damn, it always come back to politics, don't it? But this just shows that, like, if you have an encompassing like friendship circle, if you sat in a room, like let's say, hell, take Jason for example, because Jason's not on the show right at this current moment. Take Jason for example. If he heard certain words or certain things in songs, he could sit among us as a white person and try to tell us like what we should think that song should be about. Jason would laugh at him and go like, "Fam, what are you talking about?" That's not what that meant.
Right.
But because he surrounds himself with a diverse group of people. It's that simple. I don't understand.
It's real easy to just take stuff super literal on purpose just to discredit it.
Yeah.
And that's what Ben Shapiro did. In the act of doing it, he made himself look like a huge jackass.
Not only that, far worse.
Can you
when
imagine,
he reads lyrics, I cringe. He does it a lot too.
No,
can you imagine? Can you imagine? You're telling us about our culture. You're not even part of our culture. Shut the fuck up.
Thank you. So sit the fuck back. Rich is cutting up. Rich can't even get it out.
No, I'm saying, man, because it's like you got to think about how his entire diatribe went with this whole thing, right? Because it's like he was saying about the lyrics of that song and about how all of those things, because we know what WAP means, right? He's saying about how all those things are bad, right? Yeah. But yet you're a married man and you're saying that's bad. There were a lot of people who basically read between the lines on that.
They picked that up real quick.
Yeah. And the memes from it are golden. Yeah. It's like, showing people walking through a desert.
Somebody go, Ben, you're not pleasing mommy at home, Ben.
Right.
If you don't know what that's about, Ben.
It's always it is always cringeworthy whenever you turn to like Fox News or one of these stations and it has a hip hop headline.
Oh,
but you know what? I do think the only reason that he focused on this song in particular, or are they focusing on this song in particular, is because Cardi is very vocal politically.
She is,
yeah,
because she loves Bernie. And she used to do a lot of lives with Bernie and stuff like that, which is dope because how many rappers in general are doing that?
But what she did in being vocal is she became a part of this.
That's right.
Because a lot of what's going on is very pop culture.
I'd rather Cardi I'd rather them pick at Cardi about this and her be on our side than we have to explain why you're friends with Epstein. So
bars.
And
that's all I can say to that.
And to anybody who's on the right who's talking that shit, well, what about Clinton? Anybody who associated himself with Epstein and fuck little kids needs to get got. Period.
Yes, but they think we're gonna side with Clinton because he's a Democrat.
No,
he's the president. No, we not like y'all. We don't overlook those type of things.
Remember what happened to
everything on that side.
Remember what happened to Al Franken a few years back?
What did he say again? I forgot.
He didn't say anything. It was a photo he took. It was a photo he took when he was doing, I think, like a comedy tour or something, and it was overseas, and it was a female military member, and he was acting like he was grabbing her while she was sleeping.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
and that caused him to resign.
Is Omar technically in her place? His place? That's the other seat? Well, it's Minnesota, right?
Yeah, it's Minnesota, but I can't remember.
Oh, no, she's representative. He was a senator, right?
Yeah, he was a senator, right?
Oh, my bad. I'm wrong.
Yeah, all this is... Oh, this is nuts.
It's crazy because then, like you said, you got people going absolutely nuts because people are saying things that really aren't relevant to hip hop, and you should be talking about the song and the art form, and it's turned into this whole other thing.
It's like, I'm honestly trying to.
Go ahead.
Oh, no. I'm saying it's like, honestly, it's like they're trying to say, like, if you read a poetic piece of literature and trying to interpret it in the literal sense of what it is is what they're trying to do with this song. And it's like, you don't read anything else like that. Why is this so different?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It doesn't fit the narrative, so they got to make it fit the narrative.
It doesn't. Fuck them.
But even
go ahead, Rich.
no, I'm saying
ahead,
even to that point though, right? It's like this is a call for vulgarity and saying how there's such a problem with it. But you have to remember that that Access Hollywood tape that leaked to the president saying things. It's like we just gloss over that.
Yeah.
Grab her by the pussy.
Can I ask a question?
Sorry.
What'd you say? What is that? His mom heard that.
She called me right when I was saying it, so I know she heard.
Oh man. Oh, but why out of all the things going on in America from the late 80s when they were dealing with the parental advisory stuff to now, like why are they caught up on vulgarity? Like I still remember as being a young kid. I don't think I was in school yet. If so, just started when they were getting on 2 Live Crew, like Luke, when it was still Luke Skywalker Campbell. Like they didn't call him Skywalker in so long. Like getting on him about the song and all that. My mom was I still remember being a kid. My mom was like, all this over a song? I still remember that. And my mom was like, what, probably like
that
her early 30s? Like, why is all this so serious with everything else going on?
I believe the
and Tipper Gore.
I honestly believe like the spirit of the obedient Negro is still around. The quiet, seen but not heard, good yes ambassador no sir, Negro is still around. So
the ones that thought MLK was radical.
Yeah. So to hear us still be outspoken, still not really give a damn about what you think, and to still be expressing ourselves in the light of everything that we should supposed to be, still pisses them off. Even though these people weren't around during that time, that shit, that feeling, that spirit passes down.
Right. Doing that crazy in front of them white people mentality.
Yeah. So they feel like we should still be docile, quiet, and obedient. And not just Negroes, anybody with a tint to their skin.
Okay, go.
That's why they get pissed off when we protest. They get pissed off when we release a song that they wouldn't listen to. They get pissed off when we're a lead actor in a movie, when we have a movie, because we're being heard. And that's not what they want.
No.
And when I say they, I'm not talking about all white people. So don't get on here and be like Brian's hate white. I'm talking about the people
who the fuck we talking about.
Yes.
If you feel some kind of way, we're talking about you.
Right.
Yeah.
So I honestly think that's one of the reasons.
And to somebody put in the chat, black sexuality is always considered vocal. To that point, I don't know if you remember, it was a 80s song. It was a rock song. Something Rock You Like a Hurricane.
Yeah.
Rock you like a hurricane.
There was a quick line where he says,
I know the night you're talking about.
Sosa quoting rock songs?
Yeah, it's like
New Me. I don't know this.
It said, give her inches and feed her well.
Yeah.
They're not talking about fucking submarine sandwich.
Oh, like the Scotty Pippen commercial.
So 100% right. It's a white rock group. I don't even think they're American. Fuck, man. Like, it's okay for them to say it, but you know what I mean? Like, and there was some criticism back then about, they're devil worshippers or they're this or they're that, yada yada. But I mean, come on. This what they're doing to hip hop or what they've been doing to hip hop, that's next level shit.
Right. Everybody's a devil worshiper that doesn't cow down and do what they want them to do. They were talking about Beyonce was a devil worshiper because he had horns, but nobody knew that a lot of African deities had those same horns. So it was more of an African tribute than it was I worship the devil.
Yeah, you act like these people. This ain't no diss to you at all. But act like these people take sub-Saharan African
You're
stuff.
right.
But it's like I took it, man. That shit blew my mind. And my teacher was white, and it's like, damn, man, you know so much.
You're someone outside of the
But
culture.
he went there for years, and that's how he learned.
It's whatever. At some point, you get tired of saying the same shit, and I think we've been saying the same shit.
Yeah, I do hate repeating myself, especially if it's something that's not really hard to get, like Black Lives Matter. Like that's not hard. That's so fucking easy to get. Black Lives Matter as well as everybody else.
But
Black
that's
All lives matter. All lives should matter.
There's an implied. There's an implied 2 at the end of that. But still,
you would think so. You would think,
right?
You would think so. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, so it's like somebody goes out to us and says, "I'm bleeding." You say, "Yeah, well, a lot of us are bleeding too." So, but no, I'm bleeding more than everybody else.
I'm bleeding right here. See,
Yeah,
I got problems.
You know, if I kept myself, I'd bleed too. So, I mean,
that's pretty much what they're saying.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hold it down.
But anyway, how do we get away from the song all the way over here?
Because it still ties in.
Yeah, it's all together.
It still ties in. We didn't get too far off. It ties in.
But as far as the visuals go with the video, we got all the serious stuff out of the way. But as far as the visuals go, the video,
give it a bill.
It was visually
aesthetically pleasing.
Christ. Yeah, all of those.
All of those.
Thinking about
So, what did you think of the video? Yes.
Yeah,
I just thought fine by me. First thing I asked them, because they could see me on camera, but I couldn't see them. I'm like, why is water squirting out those things on the wall? Oh Lord. Yeah, we know. We know.
Don't care.
What?
Ain't like we haven't been to a strip club not to see fake parts.
Yeah. You know, I mean,
yeah, the video.
I ain't trying to have.
Did they say who directed the video? I know it wasn't Hype Williams.
Little X. It's like, I'm kidding. I don't know.
I said
I'm gonna look it up. Oh, is it for real?
No, I was just playing.
Oh, I'm about to see right now.
Probably Mr. Marcus or somebody.
Whoa, that escalated.
This is what I want to see.
Mr. Marcus.
Colin
He
Tilley.
gave everybody herpes.
What other videos has he done?
Let's see.
I think he probably did that I'm a Cow video.
Oh, Doja Cat. Jesus
Doja
Christ.
Cat. It seemed like a Doja Cat video. But
you just made your point. Like Doja Cat, who else? Saweetie, whatever the chick that Quavo dates, all her songs are like over the top. Even Janae Aiko is like, that's all she talks about now on her singles.
Yeah, man, nobody's album. And maybe I'm a old hip hop fogey, but you did used to be able to pop an album in and play at least 4 songs before you offend people. You know, some people.
Okay.
Some but it's like just everything is, and I have no problem with it, but everything is just sex. In this video, somebody's gonna have to outdo them.
Rhapsody has actually been getting a lot of burn, but she had an album out in a little bit.
Right.
Like when her album came out, she was getting the headlines, but she hadn't had an album out in a while. But honestly, over the past year and a half, it's been pretty much this, which is fine. But like I said, I don't want them to get pigeonholed to where this is where they stay, because then they're going to be trying to sign Black women artists, and that's all they're going to want them to do. When a lot of them are going to want to be like, let's say her. Like if her pops up with a video being sexualized, I'll be like, all right, man, y'all really trying to pimp these girls out.
God
damn.
But it hasn't went that way. I'm just saying, if I see something like that happen, I'm gonna really be upset.
And I remember we talked about, I think this was sometime last year on the show. I think Brian said like you can only have 2 female artists at the same time, because that's how the industry wants it. But
yeah, because Nikki's kind of outside of that right now a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of pushed her out. She's in it, but she's kind of outside of that bubble.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like there's so much talent out there. Like it's okay if you know you don't have to be. And these people, they I don't say they pigeonhole themselves, but you don't have to just be sex. You can be sex and serious, and funny, and you know what I mean. But I don't know these fucking record execs, man.
It's that algorithm, man. You're trying to chase it.
Yeah, the algorithm means a lot more now because it's all digital. Too.
Oh yeah,
it's not the sound scans.
Yeah, it's sad, but
CD sales are virtually non-existent. Just remember that.
That's true.
Yeah, you said CD sales.
Yeah, like vinyl outsells CD. If this was 1999 and somebody said, "Hey, in 2018, I think 2018 or 2017, it passed. Hey, those records your parents have will outsell CDs." You're like, "Nigga, you crazy?"
Right?
You're like, "You sounded like Doc off of Back to the Future." Huh?
I said, I got a record player downstairs right now.
Mm-hmm. And it's killing it. CDs are non-existent. Say it again.
Yeah. I said, I know how to use that better than I do a CD player.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see what happens. I mean, I would like to see female MCs do other things, but I'm not in charge of Arbitron or A&R or whoever puts music out on the radio.
Throwback. Ooh, Arbitron.
Yeah.
Jesus
it's
Christ.
not called Arbitron anymore?
No, it probably is. I just hadn't heard that in a while. Like probably when you and Jason worked at a radio station.
But I mean, it's all about that. Like you said, the algorithm, the 5 songs that got to play. Unfortunately, there can't be a lot of female MCs. I still never understood that. Why it can be 8 rappers in the game and like 2 female MCs, and they're always seem like they're being put it against each other. And this video might hurt Cardi and Megan because they're supposed to be technically rivals.
Right.
Which
if you think about how hip hop has been working, it's always been like Foxy Brown and Lil Kim. It's been MC Lyte and whoever was around when she was rapping. You know, so they've always pitted the females against each other.
I actually, before we get into our other topic, I actually just watched Talib Kweli has a podcast. I watched this with had Moni Love on there. Really, it's pretty interesting. I never knew much about her background other than she was across the pond, but
Moni's
was really interesting, and she looks very good for 50 years old. Very good.
She was all right. That I don't know if y'all remember the song "Ladies First."
Yeah, I remember that.
Love and
I definitely remember that. Ladies first. Ladies first. Yeah, I remember
that. Yeah. All right. So, oh no, this thing says I'm messaging from the other thing.
Hey, right here.
Okay, so I don't know if you've been under a rock and not paying attention to politics recently. We just had Biden announce his running mate.
Shut the hell up.
Biden has chosen Kamala Harris.
That ain't how you say her name.
How am I say her name?
Kamala. I don't know. Kamala.
Kamala?
I didn't know if you saw the Tucker Carlson clip. That's why I was messing with you.
Yeah.
We just talked about that piece of shit.
I'm sorry. Kamala.
Kamala.
There you go. Kamala Harris.
Like Kamala. Yeah, Kamala.
Honestly, and I know I'm gonna catch some flack for this. I don't think the man has too many years left. So
I didn't know where you were going.
Yeah, I was like,
start practicing saying President Harris. You know,
Madam President Harris.
Yeah, Madam President Harris. There have been a lot of comments I've been reading about this VP pick, and it is very split, and I'm surprised. Kind of, sort of. I don't know. Am I surprised?
Why?
It's a polarizing pick.
Yeah, it's. Are you supposed to go off what she's done in the past? Or are you supposed to hope that she's changed and is going to do something different now? Are you supposed to give her the benefit of the doubt? Are you going to hold her to the coals for what she did before? What do you do?
I'm be honest, man. It's more of, for me, this is my thought is that when I didn't think he was actually going to do it. Like, to be honest, it's like, you keep hearing things, and it's like, okay, yeah, so one, he pigeonholed himself by saying, whoever I select is going to be a woman. So it's like, okay, well, we immediately know, we know that is going to pretty much, that locks you into a box right there, right?
That locked in about 3 or 4 people that we automatically knew he was going to pick. Like,
correct, right?
Her, Warren, and maybe Abrams.
Right? Mm-hmm. So then, as time goes on, you kind of keep hearing about like how she's like being included in certain meetings and that kind of stuff. And then you saw the what do you call it? They released the DNC speaker list, and you saw her on there. And I was like, huh, okay. So the thing about her, more so for me, is that if this is a move to try to win, I'm not really sure how effective it's going to be when she basically bowed out of the race a long time before a lot of the major primaries actually kicked themselves into high gear.
Mm-hmm. Good point, Rob.
Go ahead. You finished?
Are you done, Rich?
Well, no. I was reading Rob's comment, and I mean, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree, but to a point. And the reason why is that, let's call a spade a spade. I think a lot of people, what they say is that if you are challenging her on her record, which, it's not like she was a prosecutor for like a year. She's got some time under her belt, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like to say that, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna call into question your position on things, especially given the social commentary that we're in right now, because we're talking about police reform, we're talking about criminal justice, and how sentencing works and all that. So all of these things are playing a part into the discussion, and literally you were on the side of the state trying to maximize sentences in some of these cases. So I'm not saying that she couldn't have changed, because you're right. I think that human beings, we are not this time capsule of ideas, right? But then you have, she was a prosecutor, before weed was legal in California, and then go on the Breakfast Club talking, smiling and laughing about how you used to smoke it all the time. Like that kind of stuff is more like, you can't knock somebody for it, but that's an ethical concern. And again, it doesn't necessarily mean that, she can't do the job. I think in any case under the sun, I think she's going to be a much more capable person than we have now.
In every sense of the word,
right? But the thing is that what I'm seeing a lot of people on in my feed, it's like if you say anything, like you're like, well, here are some things that I think that are legitimate issues based on what has been done in the past, given her extensive track record. It's like, I'm not saying that she's a bad person, but it's a call to challenge, because my example is when she basically pushed back on Biden when it came to busing and the 94 crime bill and all those things. And Biden has shown his platform to change over time to show that, his thoughts are different on that now, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Now it's her turn. That's really all that it is. And it's not saying that she's going to do bad. It's not saying that she's not a capable candidate. But okay, you got announced. We have this experience. Now we go ahead. We need to bring it up to the front and see what you're going. We need to see what you're actually saying you're going to do, because right now the social commentary of how all of these things play out, there's a time to be able to say that things need to change.
I think that was very eloquent.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I got something.
Well, just one thing real quick. Politicians who come from, whether they're prosecutors, DAs, cops at some point, like, who's trying to be a politician early on in their career. Mm-hmm. We're judging somebody on wanting to be a politician. Like, do I agree with the shit that she did? No, not really. But she was doing her job, right, in her eyes for that era, right, to get
to where she is now.
Whatever perspective she needed as a black woman in California at the time to do whatever the fuck she wanted to do later on, because she didn't want to just be street level DA or whatever. She wanted to be up. And as you said, like you said, Biden changed his politics. It's not impossible for someone to change their politics.
But you see, somebody on the other side will come at you and be like, okay, so why can't man we got in there now change his politics? Why y'all so hard on him?
He didn't change his politics.
Right.
That's the difference.
Who are you talking about?
What I mean? Like
45.
Oh, 45. Gotcha.
There's like Strom Thurmond, for the majority of his career, did not change his politics. He would be canceled right now for the shit he did back then.
Yeah, him and Jesse Helms would be in hell.
Right.
Not like literal hell, but
you know what I mean? Like, it's not, and the other side can say all that bullshit, but you're trying to judge a woman who tried to do her job right.
Right.
So, yeah, good luck trying to discredit that. So I don't. That's my whole thing. And that goes for anybody, because yes, you can change your politics. I mean, I'm sure there, especially in big cities and that are progressive, there's a lot of racist politicians, or they were, or they had racist tendencies, and they had to change. Whether they did it privately, I don't know, but publicly they changed. So I don't know. Just kind of like piggyback on what Rob said.
Yeah,
but
I think
that's all I got.
I think the whole thing is going to be interesting. I kind of look forward to the debates now.
Oh yeah, because you're not going to back down.
It depends on which debate.
Pence is a pussy, so
yeah, Pence is about to get destroyed. Like,
yeah, that's
destroyed.
I don't want to see the two old guys, because that's just going to be like a clusterfuck, and I don't like watching people look uncomfortable, and they are both going to look uncomfortable on stage.
Yeah. But Pence, I'm going to enjoy watching him get trashed.
Let me also say this with I don't know if you remember during the DNC debates when Tulsi Gabbard like pretty much ethered Kamala Harris.
Yeah, I saw that clip today.
I'm not gonna lie, man. So it's like she's gonna have to be able to basically own. She's gonna have to own the things that she's done, and then show how she's going to carry forward from this point. Because if not, because if you think about in that one clip, she really didn't have a solid enough rebuttal to kind of make her point not stick. And the GOP is basically using that clip almost like it's an attack ad.
Oh yeah, they pretty much put one out damn near immediately, because they pretty much knew the writing was on the wall to pick.
Right,
it was the pick. It was right there. Not to say it was a layup, but it made the most fucking sense. Susan Rice, did a thing, but it was kind of like
no one knows.
They had to go for a name that a lot of people know, because
that's right.
We actively seek politics because we know the implications that it can have, aka what we're going through right now. People know Warren, but honestly, they were thinking that white woman running for vice president who could possibly be president. See how that went last time. We're gonna try that later on in the future.
And then Pocahontas.
Yeah, Elizabeth Warren. Did I say Elizabeth Warren?
Elizabeth Warren. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Call her Pocahontas, and then the Stacey Abrams. She just didn't have a name yet, and she lost that race. So I didn't see it happening.
It'd be like Beto all over again.
Yeah, I didn't see that happening. Not that she hasn't deserved that, because shit. Look what we got now. He had no political experience, anything. And then with the Kamala thing and Biden thing, everybody gets on Biden about the 94 crime bill. I always go back to this. A lot of our parents and grandparents wanted that crime bill. Because guess what? In 96, y'all still voted for Clinton Ash right back in.
That's right.
Outstanding black support. Of course, we weren't of age to vote yet. Only person in here was maybe Sosa. And I don't know what his views. I mean, shut up. I don't know what his views were then. But people just skip over that. And that kind of makes me go, you having this talking point, but you're not thinking it through. And we haven't talked to the people in California and say like, hey, did you like what Kamala did? What if you go to those communities and say, yeah, because these motherfuckers were killing our streets.
Right.
I don't know. So it's a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense. I think she was the pick that people need. It damn sure invigorated them to donate yesterday. In the first like hour or two, $6 million dropped into the bucket. And I saw people go berserk online. They need that energy. There was no energy for there was zero energy for Hillary. And her pick was I forgot that white guy's name. Tim Ryan, is that right?
No, it's what's this guy's name? I said
wrong name. Why did I say Tim Ryan?
I know you were thinking Paul Ryan.
But that proves my point. There was no energy behind it. Finally, there's energy. You need energy for November 3rd, my guy. You can feel how you want to feel, but just have your ass there to vote. Vote by mail if you want to, but have your ass there to vote. If I was in your state, I would. I trust your state. They're doing it right. But that's all I got.
They're trying.
Yeah. But
what's wrong, Brian?
I was about to say we ain't exhaust the topic yet.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys trying to think? Do you think that more of us, because a lot of us are against this whole her being vice president, do you think we're going to warm up, or do you think that people are just stuck and they're just going to keep beating the same dead horse with her?
I think the ones who don't like Trump enough are going to be like, fine. The ones who are, I don't think anyone who is like against the decision is going to come over. I'll say that. I think anyone who's kind of on the fence about it is going to be like, all right, well, if this is the horse that's going to be in the race, we're going to ride this one to, through November 3rd. But go ahead.
Me. No, I'd say that's me. That's all I had to say. It's like he could have picked Mr. Ed, and I would have been voting for Biden right now. Right. I just put that out there. This is running mate. I don't care. I'm not voting for who.
It's going to be the opposite of what happened in 2016.
That's what. To be honest, I think.
What do you mean by that? What do y'all mean?
You remember how people weren't voting for Hillary; they were voting against Trump,
right?
And I think this is the same. I think this time it's the inverse. I think
right.
It's not that people.
Oh, they're voting against Trump.
They're voting against Trump. They're not voting for Biden.
Okay, I'm following now.
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but I remember sitting at my desk at work. I'm like, all right, let me go vote for this bitch. Like, I didn't want to vote for her, but I wasn't going to vote for this dickhead. So,
right.
Yeah.
Like,
God, it was like, all right, fuck. And you getting yourself ready to be like, all right. And then you're in line, you're like, all right, I'm voting for her.
See, and I don't feel like that this year, though.
No, but other people will. They'll be like,
but I kind of felt your way too. Like, I was not excited. I didn't vote for Hillary in that primary at all.
Nope.
So I actually have not voted for the nominee in the past two elections, personally, in primaries. That's correct. Actually same for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I have not. So
if that's what I mean, it's going to be the opposite of 2016. Like people who are on the fence or just don't like him, be like, all right, we're fuck it. We're just gonna vote for this dude, this guy. And that's it.
You're pretty much voting for the vice president at this point,
right?
Anyway.
Because I mean, shit, Joe's like,
I mean, let's call a spade a spade. I mean, statistically speaking,
he doesn't know what year it is.
Joe 12 years ago, like let's say a Barack Obama didn't exist or something, I think he could have won that election. Like he was spicy. He could debate very well. Now, like he has his moments. That's the thing. It's just
we don't need a person in the White House again that has their moments.
Yeah,
not like the guy that.
But no, his more moments are like Reagan moments, not like Trump moments.
Yeah,
like Reagan. Yeah, like
that's fair.
Mm-hmm. That's how it feels. That's how.
And none of us. Let's just be clear. None of us are doctors to be able to evaluate someone's cognitive ability, right? But
that's true.
But when sometimes it's like, there are things you're watching, and it's just like the performance that I think anyone can say this is that the man that we're seeing today is not the same man that it was 12 years ago in terms of the way he responds.
Yeah,
even to the point. And the thing about it is that people forget that almost every Democratic nominee pointed that out during the primaries, during the primary debates. So it's like to so
what did I say?
No, you said you want to hear say a guy is spicy.
What did I say when I said spicy?
You said that about Biden, like he was spicy during his debates and stuff.
He was. That's how he is. When somebody be like just snappy, that's how he probably gonna be.
I mean,
I'll say that about anybody. You get a little spicy. Like,
yeah, man.
So we're gonna take spicy and moist. We're gonna put it in a box and never.
When referring to people, that's right. Yeah.
Brian's favorite word, moist.
Oh Jesus!
Brian don't make box cakes because it has moist on the box. They have moist in like big ass letters too. Moist.
Why you gotta put that shit on the box?
Shit,
just put soft. Is it soft? Tell me, is it soft?
It's wet and moist.
So, as I was about to say, if we do that, sir, we got to put soft and wet.
Okay, Prince.
That's a Prince song, isn't
That's
it?
a Prince song. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Soft and wet.
is a Prince song.
It's one of his early
Nobody had a
Prince.
problem with Prince. Nobody had a problem with Prince doing it.
Oh, so we can use
man.
moist, whatever, man.
Come on, man. Prince is. He's got his own
Prince
standard, right? He didn't have a name for like 10 years. He had a symbol.
GOAT status.
But he got in trouble over the things that he did too with his music. So, I mean,
yeah, you're right.
I remember. Yeah, he rubbing his guitar on his nuts. I get that, but whatever.
That's Prince. I mean, it's what you gotta expect from certain people. You can't. I'm not gonna hold that against him. That's Prince. I've said it before and I say it again. I don't really mean it, but like if I was dating somebody that I didn't care about, I'm not in that situation now. But if like they left with Prince, I'd be like, that's Prince.
He's dead.
Yeah, I might have to agree with Brian on that. Charge it to the game. Hey man, you know what happened, man? This is crazy story.
I was thinking the same
I
thing.
lost my girl to Prince, man.
You be like,
do I get caught for that? Like, do I get caught for that?
Hell no.
Yeah, dude, I was with a chick that Prince wanted. What? I mean, only time you openly, voluntarily tell somebody that like your girl.
I lost my chick to a dude that looks like a chick, but he's really the dude of dudes.
5'9", 5'10", 250 pounds. What this 110-pound nigga last night? Big head and a lot of hair.
He had his hair wrapped, and he took my girl.
Took my girl clean away.
While wearing stilettos.
Blouses.
Oh man, that's funny. See what you started, Mobile.
Oh man,
all off the word spacey we got there.
My girl clean away. Prince took my girl clean away.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry guys. I'm using that as clout. I don't care what y'all say.
Now you come back and say R. Kelly took my girl. You're like, God damn it.
Oh,
wait.
Then you just
that means you fucking up because he takes 10-year-olds.
Oh well, yeah. No, that wouldn't have happened.
Right. So, chill out.
What's his name on? Never mind. I know y'all didn't read that list of names on the Weinstein island
Epstein
list.
Or Weinstein?
Epstein Island.
Boy, so many people in Hollywood, huh?
Bro, that list was long. It was a long list. And they had it broken down in categories. It was like who's been to the island, who was on the plane, like who went to brunch with them. So you can. It was like whoever went on the island did some shit they hadn't been doing. But it was like the plane and the brunch thing. It was like maybe
now
not.
I kind of want to finish that series, but after the first episode, I was freaked out. I was like,
I'm
this
good.
is disgusting. I just couldn't do it. Like I just couldn't see a dude like where the men were there, and it's like the girl. Most girls lied about their age when they're there, even though they knew they were underage. Where the girl said her age, and she's like, the dude just didn't care, and I'm like, next level creep. Because the girls were from across the water. I forgot what part of Florida it was, but that was like the quote unquote like trailer park type place. But across the water was like all the mansions and stuff. Yeah, they were going to get the lower income girls, bring them over. That's what they were doing.
I hate that they're the con of bringing this to light is that people are starting to say, well, that's a sexual orientation. Nah, man.
At the end of the day, we all agreed to live in this country under some of these laws now.
Right.
Every state got their different laws and age of consent.
Well,
and they knew what that was down there.
Some laws apparently are meant to be broken because these people with the fucking mask shit is killing me, but whatever.
But yeah.
I'm not wearing.
Right, so I think it came out. Consider, talking about the mask and Corona and everything, because we really didn't hit on anything. I did hear that they want people to stop wearing those like Lycra.
Oh yeah, the face, like the yeah.
The what?
The what?
Like,
yeah,
almost like
y'all cut over each other.
No, go ahead, Brian.
Oh, the Lycra like things that go around your neck, they look like scarves, and you just pull them off over your face.
Face shield, yeah.
Yeah, they want people to definitely stop wearing those. Like,
Why?
definitely stop. They don't. They do the exact opposite of what they're supposed to do. Like, stop it.
What they do, so like, basically, when you breathe, it traps the moisture and then it releases more respiratory droplets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of people I work with wear those. I don't. I use just a regular.
Yeah, cotton mask.
Yeah,
man, that cotton mask will have you fucking coughing up fur balls, hair balls, cotton balls.
Yeah, I agree. I finally gotten used to it.
Well,
it took a while though.
What kind of cotton mask y'all using? I'm sorry, because
mine doesn't do that. But
no, mine doesn't do that either. I'm just saying, like breathing in this hot air because it's
that
every day. It's annoying. Yes. Maybe when it's cold, I'll appreciate it on my face. Pause.
As far as those Lycra joints go,
don't do the Lycra. Yeah, just stop.
Lycra is a material. I'm not trying to sound stupid. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's that stretchy material.
Yoga pants.
So there's some other. Materials you can use that go over your face, right?
Yeah,
like
cotton basically is the best one.
Okay.
And then
do they have some that go over your neck and over your face that are different materials other than Lycra?
No. Not unless you want to. Unless you want to burn the heat. Yeah.
Just wear a scarf, and then you got a scarf on, and then you're gonna die.
Right. Yes, just don't do that.
Oh my god.
So Lycra joints. Stop it. Atlanta opened up their schools this week. Or was it last week?
Georgia did.
Georgia. Okay, Georgia. I call it Georgia. Georgia opened up their schools.
I'm with you, Brian. Georgia ain't nothing but Atlanta.
Well, it's got Savannah. It's like
yeah, fuck you, UGA. Nobody gives a shit about Athens.
It goes South Carolina, Augusta, Atlanta. And after that is Florida.
And if somebody tell me any different, I'll fight you. You know there ain't nothing between Augusta.
Savannah's not in there at all.
That's not on the same. That's not on 20.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
That's on 95, right?
Yeah. Right.
And Augusta is just where you stop to use the bathroom. There's nothing.
No, Savannah's a nice town. I like the houses and stuff in Savannah. I like it.
I guess.
But school let back in Georgia. They thought they could do it. They really did, and they bragged about it. And they had Trump talking about it, and they had Pence talking about it, and they had everybody in the White House talking about how amazing Georgia is from opening up their schools. And now everybody's back home
because they fuck up.
Right? They know how to do it. 66 kids tested positive. 900 of them had to be quarantined. So they're just going to go ahead and close it back up. Shut it down. And that shows you how diseases spread. Out of 66 people, 900 people had to be quarantined.
Right.
because they probably went into a classroom that kids had swapped out of. Been in them hallways that they walked through the droplets, bathrooms, everything, buses, maybe, I don't know, all that.
Yeah,
it don't take much.
It shows you the science of how these things spread and how this just gets worse with time when you don't do what you're supposed to do. Because they posted the pictures of the kids all piled up in the hallway and nobody had a mask on.
Right.
Yeah.
And then suspended the kids who took the pictures.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So it just shows you how careless one careless mistake can shut everything back down. And I know we don't have a lot open right now, but it is way more than we had 2 months ago.
Bruh.
Thank you. We're at a point where this is our new normal for a while. And it's like, all right, I could deal with this. But if it goes back to March and April, I'm like, fam,
if
all of y'all this up for us, because I can't do that again.
If they would have, well, first I got a question. Because I just thought about it. And I'm worried for the kids, because is it true that there are long-term effects to this COVID?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where they're basically saying yes, but they don't know enough.
Okay.
There have been a few cases. That's why they don't know enough. There have been a few cases because, like you said, it's a respiratory issue where lungs have been permanently damaged.
Yeah, they're scarred.
Yeah. So it's a possibility that you can have an issue for a longer period of time than you want, even after you're better. So the thing that people are like jumping off of is like, oh yeah, but you can get it, but the chances of survival is 99.9, some crazy percentage.
Yeah,
but you can still have issues after.
Right. So these kids that are getting it possibly be fucked up the rest of their lives, and they're not even adults yet.
Correct.
And the flip side to that is, let's have a town hall meeting about reopening schools, but we can't be all together, so we're going to Zoom meetings, but we're going to send the kids face to face to school.
Right.
What the fuck?
Yeah, we're going to put them on the bus first with bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we're going to. They're hiring school bus drivers. So if you need a job, they don't do hazardous pay though.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Stupid ass people, man.
Do I have a solution? No, I don't.
No.
I've never seen anything like this happen, and I don't know of anything successfully going through something like this successfully without any casualties. So no, I don't have any answers. I just know that you can't send 1,000, 1,500 kids to school at one time and expect them to be there 5 days a week with all this happening and nothing happens. Oh, you're expected to lose a few kids, but whose kids are you sacrificing? This shit?
That is probably the biggest thing about all.
I bet my life earnings that their kids are not in school. Those governors,
I guarantee it.
They go to some private school that's doing it from home.
Right.
Trump's son Barron, who's still in school, is doing a private school. He's doing online. More important than my kid, apparently.
You know what's funny about this thing in general, right? Because one of the things that this president has talked about is infrastructure, right?
You can't touch that yet.
All right. So here's the thing. We're in literally a pandemic where broadband connectivity by laying new cable could literally bring broadband internet service to homes to be able to support virtual learning, right? That is an infrastructure project in and of itself. And it makes sense. Why not do that? Like that's an easy one.
Because it makes too much sense.
I don't know, man.
It'd be a layup for him to brag about, other than making up lies for himself to brag about. Oh, the numbers are going down. The fuck they are going down. I looked at
why doesn't anyone like them?
In this state, they are. But if they open up school,
that's a problem.
And see, and this is the problem. People see the numbers going down, and the ones that weren't wearing the mask are going to be like, "See, I told y'all this was a hoax," and they're going to go out full force. When they don't realize the numbers are going down because people are doing what they need to do right now.
And I hope people understand the mask are playing a part in that too.
Right.
Because people aren't slowing down and going out. The streets are thick. right now.
Yeah.
So the mask, I know, have to be the factor of helping.
Yeah.
And if it's such a hoax, are there any studies against everything that most studies are saying COVID is doing, or how to stop it?
What do you mean?
So if there's studies from John Hopkins and the CDC and yada 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 saying this is what we need to stop, this is what's happening, yada yada. Are there any studies going against what John Hopkins is saying?
Oh no, I can't say there isn't, but I have not seen any. That makes a good point, Brian. I meant so.
There's too many moving parts for this to be a hoax.
But not only that, we also have close to 100 years of how viruses work.
Oh, and then there's that.
I like how you said that. And then there's that.
Right.
But
y'all
like I
made
said,
this up so Trump won't be president.
Yeah, remember I said it in the chat, Rich? And I said I have heard that.
There's 160 deaths.
I swear the Illuminati got a trick up their sleeve right now, boy. Illuminati got a trick up their sleeve to get rid of that guy. You crazy.
And if Illuminati really wanted to get rid of him, they'd just be like, hey, get somebody to shoot this motherfucker.
You know,
something. Not a intricate plan like this.
Right. This is highly inefficient. I mean,
so we're gonna bomb an economy, bomb UK.
This is the long game, Rich. This is the long game.
I mean, and let's even if this was the case, nature has to have. If nature is supposed to take its course, and this is like the plan to like unearth the president, right? Like, nature then has the worst aim I have ever seen.
God. The diction that he used on that was real.
There is no. This is like, even for people to say that, it's like, how do you have that level of cognitive dissonance to be able to think that this whole thing is because, you know, we're trying to own the libs? Like no, this is
right. This is the Democrats doing it. It came from China.
But they think China did this on purpose as well.
You did see the pictures with Obama and Hillary in China chilling with the people in the laboratory.
I mean,
wait, what?
There was a picture of Obama in some laboratory in China
years ago.
Yeah,
whatever, man.
But then if we want to play that game, there are pictures of Trump and Epstein. So,
thank you.
If we're gonna play that game, that's the game we're gonna play.
And what is it? The Steele dossier. Everything has been true so far that they leaked.
Right. Then the narrative changes when you see that, because it's like, well, you can't judge somebody just because they were taking a picture with a random person. He's in several pictures.
I don't.
I don't know, man. I'm hoping we get to the other side of this sooner than later. I mean, I mean, no. You're right. It's going to be a while. Because
and the virus will exist forever, because viruses don't technically go away; they're just controlled.
No. Right.
It's still here. Thanks.
Yeah, everything exists. It's just controlled.
Right.
The world as we knew it 10 years ago.
Say what now?
But that's how it is with a lot of things. I watched something about how the Spanish flu changed a lot of way bathrooms were designed. You know, bathrooms used to be wood. A lot of them used to be wood.
Yeah, termites.
Porous as wood, which holds in moisture and germs.
Wow.
The Spanish flu actually helped change. I watched the video. I was like, holy fucking shit. And stainless steel in kitchens and more windows in houses to bring in light to kill germs. Like, oh my god, all that changed with the Spanish flu. So it happens.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Think about our era, because Ryan just said things have changed. We've had AIDS, 9/11, and now this shit. 3 big changes that changed life as we know it.
It has, like, the way we move about the country totally changed after 9/11. military bases, getting on military bases and government buildings changed after 9/11.
I remember because I was in college at the time. We had military friends. We drive on off the base.
Yeah. I did that all my life up until then. I quit going. There was no point going on to the base.
So after that, bruh, no, you ain't getting near that Air Force base without 16 forms of ID. I couldn't get gas from the motherfucking gas station. I dropped somebody off the one time after 9/11, and they wouldn't let you go in the gas station.
Nope, you ain't doing this shit.
Yeah,
but I mean, just think about it. I mean, 2019 was BC before COVID.
Like I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think like the one thing I think is going to change is that when stores start making new stores, like those plastic shields everybody has in front of the cashiers and stuff, that's staying forever. That ain't going nowhere. That's staying.
Oh, think about some of your favorite restaurants you went in. It's like restaurants I used to go in all the time to get, wings or the Chinese restaurants have entire walls built up that were not there
before.
So I just got Chinese last night. They have a door there now because of that. Push thing through there. They just took walk-up orders before you had to call every time. Like straight up. That's crazy. You said I just bought Chinese last night. Same way.
And it's funny.
And like who knows, that might cut down on robberies. You got a whole wall in front of you now. Waffle House got robbed last night, y'all. That shit was horrible. But I'm saying the other places,
they got $20.
Got a lot of singles, if you know what I mean.
Goddamn waffle still wasn't done in the middle.
Hey, somebody explain to me.
I'd be mad as hell if they making my food and bitch got robbed.
Somebody explain to me how the fuck we got a coinage shortage in the United States.
Okay,
there's no coin shortage.
Y'all need to tell these old people to take your ass, go get fucking empty the jar and put the fucking money back in the fucking United States.
I'm gonna give you
a lot. So there's two things. So one is that just by people's behavior, we stop using cash because cash is honestly cash is dirty. The other thing is that there are quite a few places that it kind of went to if you have a debit card, please use that instead.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like both things happening at the same time. It's just money isn't circulating the same way like it used to.
Yeah.
So it's not like I don't think people like no one has like coins per se. But what's another thing that's weird is that there's actually an appliance shortage too.
There's an appliance shortage, a bike shortage, kayak shortage,
appliance shortage.
So like right now, like our microwave went out. I
can attest to that.
Yeah, and so they basically told us like, it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, everything's backordered right now,
man.
Now mid range to high end, not so much, but if you want low end, you gonna wait.
Yeah, so is it one or two things? Is it because the companies have to send people home because of COVID? Or is it because people aren't leaving the houses, so they're buying more appliances?
I think it's a combination of both.
Both.
It's both.
I can attest to it. Appliances has been a boom.
Yeah,
I've never seen so many washers and dryers in my life. Never seen so many washers and dryers.
That's part of it. That's all part of the home.
Refrigerators are a boom. I've never seen 10, 15 refrigerators come in before.
Oh, so this is all a ploy by Whirlpool to boost their stocks.
Damn right.
There you go, Brian.
I got it. I figured it out. I found it out. I was right.
Yeah. Damn you, Maytag.
Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, all the same shit. KitchenAid, all the same company.
Somebody will knock on my door. It's gonna be a dude in a jumpsuit and a train hat. My side, please. My side.
Oh, the Maytag man gonna whip your ass.
Who did not talk about this shit?
They don't want me to fix their shit. They want to buy new shit.
But we know things are not ever going to be the same, and I think people aren't going to treat other people the same because we're just super suspicious of everybody. Of course, businesses they have to change. we still got major chains closing. Like McDonald's had to close so many restaurants, like 200.
Really?
McDonald's ain't shit. High key.
I mean,
it's still bad. People lose their job, but high key, that ain't as much as I thought.
right?
Yeah,
Shit.
but it's still McDonald's taking a hit. This thing has never.
No, I see what you're
I've
saying.
never heard McDonald's taking a hit. Ever.
No.
Think
Right,
about
yeah.
like Victoria's
If a McDonald's
Secret closed so many
closed, yeah.
stores because women aren't buying as much stuff right now. They have nowhere to go.
Mhm.
You know, and that,
Wait,
it's funny you say that because you're now thinking about it. You're right, because it's like there's no reason for me to buy new clothes because I'm not wearing any.
Yeah, Men's Warehouse /
You know?
Joseph A. Bank, same company. They filed for Chapter 11 because
Did they?
nobody's doing formal stuff. No
Fuck.
proms, a handful of weddings. Because the proms and shit is where people bank, and then those summer weddings where they bank. But
Yeah,
people just going through the justice of the peace. They might get married, they might not.
Mhm. But you know who thriving? Hanes.
Not Hanes wear, but
while you playing, you know that and sweatshirts and jogging pants and
Listen,
graphic
ahead,
tee.
Mike.
I tell you that.
client shortage because they're home watching.
They gotta clean it up.
fair point.
Hey man, I gotta clean my sheets.
Man, I swear, man, I need to get some. I should have been
Listen.
bought some stock in Procter and Gamble, Tide, Gain, Dawn, all that shit. Woman,
Gamble.
huh?
These,
I said, "Oh,
these
devil worship
motherfuckers
Procter &
here.
Gamble."
They the best advertisers on earth, Procter and Gamble,
Right.
or whoever they use are the best ones.
Right. Trump will sit here and say we need to open up schools and college football needs to.
Oh shit, we right. T-Mobile, because that's all the shit we gotta think about it. He
What's
was
that?
DJing and doing all that stuff. I ain't think about that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, damn, you right.
Everybody took a hit. Meanwhile, Trump is saying open schools up and college football needs to play.
Okay.
If we would have did the shit we were supposed to do 6 months ago, we might have been in a better condition.
Right. Agreed.
Who dropped out? Big 10 dropped out.
Pac-12.
Pac-12 dropped out.
Big 12 is reevaluated. They're trying to play.
I was about to say that. I thought they were. I remember hearing something like they were supposed to play.
ACC and SEC. I said, shoot, it's going to be 3 conferences.
3 fucking conferences out of Big 5.
Yeah.
So
So,
MAC not playing. Mid-American.
Rob, if you listening, man, I know y'all praying because you ain't gonna have shit to talk about it.
You're gonna be talking about college.
Exactly. I think they had what's the game with the little nets on the stick where you throw the ball back and forth?
Lacrosse, motherfucker.
The crossover, like ESPN day.
Oh,
I went to Morris. We had no lacrosse.
They didn't have lacrosse at my high school till after I left. They have lacrosse at Springville.
Sorry, it's a Native American sport. I'm sorry.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That shit look dope. I wish it was around here when I was young.
Method Man.
Also talks about his heritage. That's fine.
See how you are?
You said Method Man played lacrosse?
Promise you.
Huh.
Isn't that what Jim Brown played at Syracuse as well? Is that right?
Loses 2 points.
No.
Nah, man.
Out of here.
No,
Nah.
Google it.
Jim Brown. Wait, the dude who used to beat on women?
Yeah. Yeah, Jim Brown.
We
Jim
just
Brown
talked about
lacrosse.
redemption and not living in the past and letting people redeem themselves.
Google it.
Oh,
I'll bring it
he
right
had-
up for you.
Oh,
He's in the
can't beat nobody no more 'cause
Hall of
he's
Fame.
old.
And you said no.
Anyway,
But what was I saying? Oh, about Rob. I don't even think Rob is in here because he would have responded to that. But
you might have left. We're boring.
well, last thing he said was M I. And I don't know that, man.
Crooked letter.
Yep, it's not in the show.
Anyway, anybody have any? I like that shirt. So is that the Blues Brothers?
Blues Brothers.
Okay.
Chicago Classic.
Does he have a chain on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So real quick since that brought up. So Chicago, I don't know if you guys understand. is broken up is pretty much broken up into 3 sections: north, west, south. In the middle is downtown. It's right on the lake. Worldwide known for tourism.
P Valley. I don't know what that is.
Say what?
He said we were talking about P Valley now. No, I don't know what that is. We ain't talking about.
No, that's the stripper show.
Oh, go ahead anyway.
That's what that is? I've seen people tweet about it.
Go ahead, Sosa.
I don't even remember what I was going to say.
So Chicago is broken down into 3 sections.
So
outside.
They started looting downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Bad. And somebody said we need to get the citywide gang leaders on to stop this shit. That's not going to work no more. Those kids ain't listening the way we used to.
Mm-hmm.
Downtown used to be off limits because that's where certain people made their money. These kids don't give a fuck no more. And one leader for one gang is not going to do it either. So I don't know if y'all been watching the news, but Michigan Avenue is called the Magnificent Mile.
Right.
Tesla's at Nike Town.
I saw the videos of some of that stuff. Yeah.
And there's absolutely no reason for these motherfuckers. Westsiders are saying we were at home all night. Y'all get the Southsiders. Southsiders saying the same shit.
You know what? Honestly, I don't think it's. I think it's a situation. You remember down here when we kept having we were doing the protests and they were catching outsiders doing shit.
It wasn't outsiders, dude. I hate to say it. I saw the videos. I was like, no, that's our kids. That's our people. There wasn't no outsiders.
You don't think so?
Nah, it wasn't no outsiders. And I hate to say that because I wanted to believe there's absolutely no reason to go downtown on a Saturday night because nothing's happening, nothing's popping. Like for street kids.
Yeah.
We wasn't, there was no reason for us to be there. But they was down there and I mean just whatever. But my point is these kids, and I remember they used to talk about us. They used to say the same thing. These kids ain't got no respect for this. They got no respect for that. We didn't, but at the same time, we had boundaries. These motherfuckers had 0 boundaries. All over the city. Doesn't fucking matter. This is what it is. And I hate it because that gives credence to their narrative. Chicago's fucked up.
Right.
You fucked us up because you relocated people who were in this section for generations and put them in rival sections or displaced them because you wanted rich people to be closer to downtown.
It's chess, man. It's chess. These people they've been doing this.
Right. They've been doing it for eons. I get it.
But the problem is we keep falling for it.
No, you can't help but fall for it because if you're in public housing, you have no power. We have to go where you give us vouchers.
Exactly. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we keep falling for the fact that they want us to destroy each other, and we do.
Yeah, I mean,
we see the same thing over and over and over again, and we keep doing the same shit. At some point, we got to realize this is what the game is. And eventually, the land that we're on now, they're gonna think is valuable and beautiful and historic, and we should restore it. We just got to get these motherfuckers over here now.
And that's what, And besides it being hometown, our mayor, she's trying her damn hardest. Second female mayor in Chicago. First black female mayor in Chicago. We had Harold Washington. He was great for the city, but Lightfoot, like she's having a hard time, and it's not her fault. She's
there's no way
the cards she's dealt with.
There's no way to get control of the city without looking like she's targeting people.
Right.
And it's kind of hard because who are the ones fucking up? It's black and brown fucking up. So I don't want federal people there. We don't need no feds in Chicago. But I hope somebody steps up and says, y'all need to start acting right. Because, I mean, back in the day, the big three was Willie Lloyd, Jeff Fort, Larry Hoover. Man, when them motherfuckers spoke, it didn't matter if they were in Supermax, down in Marion. It didn't matter where they was at. If they sent word, y'all need to fucking stop cutting up, we stopped cutting up. And that's a wrap. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what has to happen, but these motherfuckers, these kids, they don't give a fuck. Less than we gave a fuck, which is bad.
Yeah.
So, other than that, I just like to wish my mother a happy birthday. Today's her birthday.
Hey,
Happy birthday!
Yo, took out.
She's scared of COVID, man. She ain't going nowhere. You know, that underlying health issues, and
yeah, I understand.
You know, our so-called governor is a piece of shit.
We got a governor?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that dickhead.
Oh, that guy. Got it.
But
don't catch I see, don't catch the COVID I see.
But yeah. I ain't got nothing else. We're probably way over time right now.
Yeah, we rolling through the extra time.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. Everybody who's standing here, T-Mobile, Rob, Raydon, Kazoo, BJ, Bobby, what's going on, brother? Thank y'all for coming and sticking with us. I will be back next Wednesday around 10 o'clock with more topics. I don't know. Yeah, we'll be back with more topics next week. Maybe we'll talk about WAP some more.
Why?
You'll never hear us mention that song again, I promise you. Anyway, thank y'all for allowing us to keep you company. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.